Okay, so welcome. So a quick recap of how February went. Now in February, I set out to work only one time, once a week, and then wasn't able to achieve that goal. By the way, out of the 4 weeks in January, rather February, I was able to work twice a week, once, which is the last Wednesday of the month. So I think there's a bit of an improvement, I would say. Now the reason for all these goals, remember, is we have to find a way to advance ourselves. Again, I keep reiterating that the business is not one that allows you to grow in it. It's not a job. You're not going to get a promotion. There's not going to be any advancement in payment or something like that. They will continue to remain what they are unless there is a change in the economic status of things in the country or the business. So I am trying to focus on other things, my time, my energy on other things. So that is majorly the point or the purpose for trying to cut down on my work days. It used to be 5 days, and then it used to be 4 days, then it used to be 3 days. At the moment it's 2 days or so. I'm trying to make it once. I like the business, I'm not trying to leave it completely. I like the flexibility that it allows me to have, and so I just want to do it once a week at a time that is most convenient for me, by the way. So the first Sunday of February, I net around 40. Remember I said net profit is the profit you get after you've minused fuel and commission or any other expenditures that you may have incurred or done the process of work or in the business. So my net profit was 40 on the first Sunday. And the second Sunday it was 35 or something, around 35, 36. It wasn't a very good day. There was 1 or 2 hiccups anyway. No need to get into that, but that was my number. Then the Sunday after that was 46. Yeah. So there was an improvement there. And then the last Sunday of the month was 50 actually. It was 50, so but I finished very late on that day. I literally got back to the house at about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., midnight. Yeah. So here's the thing. Couple of things I wanted to point out. First thing is the Uber 70,000 cash reward is still ongoing. So if you've not qualified for it, you still have till, I believe it's 1st or 31st of April before it ends. So if you want more information, just go on your Uber app. You'll see an option button, click on that, go on Uber Pro and look at the reward for the diamond status. You'll find it there. If you find that there is still a statement about some 70,000 cash reward, that means you're still eligible to get 70,000. So you have to complete 100 trips and each trip is around 3 points. So completing 100 trips is like going on 30 something trips, but then your acceptance rate, or rather your cancellation rate, has to be below 6%. You can achieve this. The thing about Uber is you can cancel as many trips as you don't want, but the moment you accept a trip, if you change your mind, make sure the customer cancels, not you. If you cancel, it's going to affect your cancellation rate. But if the customer cancels, that's better for you. Or in order to cancel without having an issue, you have to drive to the point of pickup, and then after a couple of minutes, then you have to cancel and then pick up, indicating reasons like it was not safe to pick up or rider did not show up. All right, but you have to wait some minute. I think 5 minutes should be enough. Another thing is, based on my last video analysis, I tried out InDrive. Now, I never used to like InDrive because of the app felt more like a fastest finger first type of app, right? It's like the requests are there, and then who is speaking first, you know, and of course sometimes the person who is the writer has to pick and choose who he wants and all that. So it kind of feels like I don't want to have to do that. I want to have to study these things then before I pick. But if you're in Abuja, it's really not a bad app to use. I tried it especially because of the analysis we made in the last video, because I said after you subtract fuel and commission from the fare or the thing that your rider is paying, the amount the rider is paying you, you realize that if you had gone on InDrive, even with a lesser fare, you would be making more in profit, right? So when I went back on InDrive, I realized that InDrive now has what they call service, I think it's service fee. They didn't call it commission as such, but it's around 9.99%, 10%. We'll call it commission, 10% commission. That's what InDrive is running on right now. And then the rider app is running on 6% commission. Now the InDrive, I had my own experience with it, and the past Sunday where I even made up to 50, I actually used InDrive on that day. Not only InDrive, I was alternating between InDrive and Uber, but I used InDrive a lot. I noticed that a lot of people love to be on InDrive. The funny thing is, InDrive allows customers to bargain the prices. Now, what these customers don't realize is that InDrive have hacked their prices in such a way that even the least amount that they are allowed to put on the app is still a very good amount, or is still almost equal to the amount where you will get if you were using Bolt or Uber, right? Now, InDrive does not run promotions for customers, okay? So you just have to make payment to them. If you see that your balance is at a minus, you can't accept trips. So the least payment I think is 1,000. So you make that payment to them and just try it out is what I'm saying. It was good for me. It was good for my intent to continue using InDrive. Now, remember I said, anyway, both blocked me at the beginning of the month in February. They've unblocked me. So I'm just not ready to deal with the anxiety of using Bolt again. You know, one of the biggest downside or lopside in that Bolt app is when you are completing a trip that you're on, they send in new trips. Now, if you cancel that trip, you know, owing to the fact that you are yet to look at it, study it, understand it, you still get penalized. And if you cancel it, they don't simply formally, according to in the app, I think, formally, once you cancel the first trip, they immediately stop the next request, okay, until you've completed the one you're on. But right now, it seems like it's just coming in, unless they've changed it. I hope they've changed it. So as it keeps coming in, most times I have no other option but to accept. I didn't even see where the person was going because I'm still driving to the last location, right? My attention is divided, so just not a very good distance. So I'm just trying to say that both still a great app, by the way. I'm not dumping on them, but their method is way too much for me to handle right now. There are just some parts in town where you go and it's like it's only boats that exist in those parts of town. So yeah, anyway, so those are my numbers. And then talking about the last Wednesday where I worked, I didn't start in the early hours of the day. I started around 3 or 4 ish. So my thought while doing that, the reason why I did that was because I felt like the early hours of the day on a weekday tends to be kind of slow, almost non-existent. You know, you just drive around trying to look for who's going where, but it's quite dry. So true to my own thoughts or wonderment, I saw that it was more busy going out from 4, let's say, till 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., something like that. So it was good. It was good for me. All right. And I netted a profit of around 15,000 and a gross profit of 35,000. So I used 20,000 to buy fuel for the next day, and 15,000 went in as profit. Okay, so let's see how we do in the next month, this month, March. Let's see, hopefully, hopefully we're really going to keep up with the once a week type of thing. All right. So do have a great month. I will see you next time. Of course, if there's any other information, we'll talk about it before next month. So great. Bye-bye.